G'day Squinty, Topulus. Big day today, mate. Finishing the diorama you created. Before we get started on that though, this is for the Echoes of Camelot diorama. I've been doing some sanding of the layer lines, or whatever the fuck they are. Apparently they're not actually layer lines, they're like something to do with the pixels. I don't understand, it's far too technical for me. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So this is going to be, g'day Koala, g'day Brian, how are you, mate? So yeah, these are, this is the coolest thing. How good's 3D printing? So, g'day Frog Jim. What I generally do when I'm making like bases is just grab a whole pile of shit and then muck around with it and see what works. My belief at this point in time is that this is going to be sitting on the rock face that overlooks the lake that the Lady of the Lake is in. I think. We'll see. I have to get all the models first of all, and then I have to decide the surrounds and all that stuff. So I've got heaps of little things. G'day Pascal. Yeah, so anyway, as voted by everyone, this will be the next model we paint. G'day Rumble. The Angry Bird Man. So that'll be fun. But I think we might do these guys next. Actually, I did say I was going to do these guys next on stream. So these cool dudes from Warhammer Underworlds. I actually played some Underworlds last night for the first time. So yeah, I might talk about that a bit later on. But today, let me grab the big team out. Everything else is glued and finished, except for Drizzt. So we're all done. Shadows are all in. And Snow's got glossy water effects and everything. So we'll just finish off Drizzt today, and then we'll stick a fork in it and move on to the next piece. Boom, boom, here we go. Don't forget, if you're not subscribing, you can win this model. Just got to be a subscriber. And you're going to the draw. I'm going to draw it at the end of this month, so she still wobbles around. Have a clue in. Yeah, I read Drizzt when I was younger, and absolutely loved it. So yeah, it's exciting to be able to paint some dioramas that yeah, remind me of reading those books and stuff. Someone actually said to me I should do a Wheel of Time diorama, and I was like, huh, go Wampa. So sort of thinking, yeah, maybe I should do a Wheel of Time diorama. Let's see. Ah, thanks Pascal. Topulus, I did indeed order it, so I shan't be full of regret. and I am thrilled by my decision. Wampa, this is a normal time for me to stream, buddy, on a weekend. I do this morning stream for all of my great friends in America so they can get on and say g'day. Although I doubt they'd actually say g'day because they're not Australian like me. Did you see it before? There you go. It's all done except for Drizzt. You can have a look at it later. I recommend it, mate. It's great fun. G'day, mate. For anyone that's read the books, I'm imagining this isn't a wolf pelt. It's actually a Barghest head. I'm sure you do say a boot. G'day, Kelsicle. This is going to be a pretty frantic stream today because I don't really, I feel like I've got a lot to go on this guy, a lot of details, and so I'm just going to bounce around from section to section, completing what needs to be completed until I feel like it's done. Don't expect any semblance of organisation. So yeah, Warhammer Underworlds, played a couple of games with it last night. Wasn't too bad. Suffers from the same issue that all Games Workshop games seem to have, which is it's just a smidge too reliant on luck. For my tastes. Alright, let's do his face because I feel like his face is a problem at the moment. Don't feel connected to the model. Look, most Games Workshop games skew towards slightly more luck, because they believe it creates moments of enthusiasm and excitement. Sure did, Mini-Am. Oh, I ordered some Raphael brushes too, on the recommendation of this chat. Okay, Paul. So they arrive tomorrow. So tomorrow night stream, when we start our next painting, that will be an opportunity to try out some new brushes. Well, they can't be worse than the last few fucking thingies I've got. Windsor and Newtons. Fucking Barry Crocker's, those things. I got one last Series 7 to go. Not where I bought them from. Sharkworld. About the same price. This is my the last great hope. Fuck it, I'm gonna use it now. Find out. Let's know. Let's know right now if it's gonna work. Don't paint fur with it, dickhead. Oh, promising signs. Mind you, I said that last time as well. Yeah, the one thing that Underworlds has that's really cool is it brings in the one thing that I missed about games like Guild Ball and other smaller skirmish games, which is that sense of army construction, because you get to build your list of cards that you play in each game. And I felt like, although I didn't do it, I just used one that Daz had played with. Yeah, I felt like it captured a little bit of that magic, which was nice. G'day, wire in the paint box. Alright. Good signs on that Windsor and Newton. No brush fraying, nothing. Thanks, mate. Would you like to see the whole diorama? G'day, T-Spark. This is the whole diorama. See you, Pascal. Have a great day, mate. We've done everything on stream, friends, pretty much, except for a little bit of the base. I did most of the base off stream, but everything else has been done on stream, so you can go and watch it all from start to finish. We've done it in, this will be the 2-week anniversary of us starting it, I believe. And I haven't painted for the last 3 or 4 days. Why would I reach out to R.A. Salvatore, mate? Be like, hey man, check out my cool fucking pictures. Thanks Pascal, I just let fans of the show, mate. Just let fans of the show take care of that for me. This model is from a manufacturer called JP Studio, which is the private sculpting studio of Joaquin Palacios. See you, buddy. Have fun at your game. Oh, thanks 1S8. Thanks for following, mate. So you know what day it is today, friends. It's WandaVision Day! We can talk about WandaVision! I am excited. I might put a note in my stream info actually that says WandaVision spoilers. You know, it was I felt like it was Marvel flexing their muscles. Just saying, you know what? We know what our formula is, we know what works. But we've decided to show you guys we can do different stuff as well. And I really appreciated that. The final episode diverged back into traditional Marvel fare, which was nice. The big set piece finish finale, but yeah, overall, it was a acting tour de force from Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. It made me really jazzed for Phase 4, which I wasn't really that jazzed for. But some of the reveals were really great, and then a couple of them were a bit obvious. But yeah, it was a cleverly written show that I think did exactly what it said on the box. Sharkwald's probably summed it up better than me. In conclusion, it was good. It was, yes. I liked it a lot. The most disappointed I was after an episode, aside from the first two, which I wasn't disappointed at, I was just perplexed, was actually the finale. And disappointed is not the right word, because I enjoyed it a lot. It was just, I didn't want it to end. I just wanted to keep going. Like, I wanted to find out what the fuck White Vision was going to do. Nothing. Wanted to find out Marvel's Scarlet Witch being a fucking beast. She's just going to walk off and obviously get ready for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That was the thing that disappointed me about the final episode, was it just felt like, oh, let's set everything up for our movie. G'day, Jester of Death. What's going on, mate? Yeah, but again, don't forget that WandaVision was not supposed to come out first. It was supposed to come out after Winter Soldier. It was not supposed to be in the middle of nothing. Black Widow was supposed to have been and gone. I think there was one other one scheduled for later on this year as well, or last year. But yeah, so they had to just adapt. Snyder Cut comes out on the 18th. Should be a train wreck. Can't wait. Yeah. My favourite episode was of WandaVision was probably the one where I went back into Wanda's past and actually explained why the show was the way that it was. And I just I wasn't expecting it to have such a cohesive reason for existing. You know, I sort of thought it was like, let's have a nod to the comics and, you know, they will do it like TV shows, hey! And yet, it was actually really cleverly tied into why Scarlet Witch would create a world like that. Yeah, I'll definitely watch it, mate. I'll definitely watch the shit out of it. As much as DC cops some shit, I've watched all their films. Like I like them a lot. Generally, I like bad movies though. So. But yeah, the Justice League was cool. There was a lot of cool scenes in it. G'day, Gallo Fire. Yeah, that's it, Paul. It's like, yeah, let's rag on them for doing bad movies and stuff. That's fine, but without Batman, the original Batman from DC, you'd have to question what the cinema landscape would look like for comic book properties. And without Christian Bale and Batman Begins and the success that had, yeah, maybe pave the way for some other stuff. Who knows? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Gallo Fire. The Snyder Cut comes out very soon, so I'm looking forward to watching it. Yeah, no hate from me, Paul. I went to the cinemas and watched it just like everyone else. Walked out of it, thought it was awesome. I mean, I think, like, as much as DC have failed compared to Marvel, you look at their casting, I reckon their castings have been awesome. You look at their the characters, the way the characters are portrayed, it's generally pretty good. The one thing that's let them down has just been like they don't have a Kevin Feige sitting at the back going, this is what we're doing. Let's keep everyone in this track. It's fucking, you know, this is what we're trying to move towards. And yeah, so you get all of these contrasting directors and their contrasting visions, which under normal circumstances is great, but under the circumstances of comparing it to Marvel, they just fail. Ben Affleck is a fantastic Batman. Like I will not hear a bad word said about him, because I think he's as good as Bale's Batman, if not more. Happy to be challenged, but feels like Batman to me. Jason Momoa, perfect Aquaman. Henry Cavill is unreal. Amy Adams, whew. Love Amy Adams. Yeah, she was in The Office. Like she was in the first and second season of The Office. She plays a handbag saleswoman. Comes into the office and tries to sell handbags to everyone. And Jim asks her out on a date because he realises he's no hope with Pam. And they're boyfriend and girlfriend for the first season and a bit. Yeah, I just think it's the writing and the lack of clear direction that's hurt DC comparatively. Yeah, Cavill he's a fucking legend. Like, there hasn't been a role he's been in where I haven't been like, "You're my hero, Henry Cavill. Would you like to have my babies?" Season 2, Gallifrey. It's up to season 2, mate. Wonder Woman 84 was a miss for me as well. It was just really like rapey and uncomfortable, and I love G'day War Machine. I love that Pedro Pascal character, but yeah, it just felt really like a massive miss compared to the first one, because I love the first one. Yeah, that's a bang on interpretation, Sharkworld. Which also sums up Game of Thrones Season 8 for me. The cinematography in Season 8 was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Some of the shots of the dragon flying over the King's Landing, unreal. Fuck me, this wolf fur's pissing me off, eh? Yeah, I wasn't that enamoured with the new Blade Runner. It was fine. Didn't walk out of it going, "Fuck yeah, best movie of all time." Didn't hate it. Party Monday tomorrow. Don't forget to wear your most party outfits for Party Monday. It's going to be excellent. Alright. Dial in, Dino. Dial in. Yeah, mate, last Monday I decided that I was going to wear a crazy shirt, and so I did. And henceforth, Mondays are known as Party Monday. Kazoos, yeah, there'll be party balloons in the background. It's going to be epic. No, I'm just going to wear a party shirt again, that's all. You know what I'm doing after I finish today's stream? I'm going to go over to Games Workshop and have a look at their Underworlds boxes. Yeah, I am very tempted. Disco ball. That looks pretty drow-esque, doesn't it? Nice. Is what out, Paul? Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Yeah, I mean, I think so. The new one came out a couple of weeks ago, I think, because that's where those elves came from, the new box. I'm not really an expert on it, mate. I don't really. No, I don't know. I don't know what. I know fuck all. G'day, Fazoid. How you going with? How you going with Sword in the Storm, by the way? I don't know where these. What the name of the box is these guys came in, but it came out in a box set that only released pretty recently, I think. These Archer dudes. This guy's my favourite. He's got a fucking owl. Yeah, they do. They do have a Wood Elf warband. They're called Scathes Hunters. They're one of the ones I want to have a look at today, see if they've got... I just want to buy... Oh, Varna. Getting shit done. Ah, cheeky Banny. No, tell us, Sharkworld. G'day, Durstroman. Tell me this story gets more interesting, Sharkwold. Cool. Well, look, mate, you did the right thing. You tried to send them back. It's their own dumb fuck fault. Oh, don't open that one, dickhead. While we're on the topic of shit that's really awesome, like getting free models. Angry Bird. Hello. I don't know if I want to paint this guy next, or the little warband. I think I'll do the warband. Haven't done any models in that scale for a while. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Do you know, Mini-M, that it got very close in the end? It went to 14 votes to 13 votes for Blood Temple by Mindworks Games, which I was surprised by. Oh, thanks, Kai's God. What's going on? That cat's my favourite. Good. I'm glad she knows. And well, you should blame me. It is my fault. I have a bit of an addiction to colour. There's another Australian painter, her name's Cara, and she and I are very opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to colour. She's all about desaturated tones and coloured masks and gamut masks and all this other stuff that I don't really understand. Whereas I am all about just punch as much colour into it as I can. It's interesting how differently we approach things. So, serious question time. Serious question. Oh, good Fuzzoid. Let's have a look, Squinty. That looks awesome, man. Wow. Really cool. Yeah, the colours pop. Can't take a photo for shit, but the colours pop. Good one, mate. Alright, serious question time. Serious question time. How have we found this project to watch on stream? Has it been good viewing? Has it been boring seeing the same colour palette, the same techniques and stuff used on model after model, or has it been worthwhile viewing? Because we're about to embark on something very similar. Well, I'm about to embark on it, but I'm just trying to decide if I do it on stream or not. Maybe I have a couple little side projects I tweak around with instead. So what are your thoughts? That's awesome, original applesauce. Thanks, mate. Very helpful feedback. Excellent, Brian. Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, it's sort of like I feel like there's been a lot of the same stuff. You know, just doing the same process over and over. Which I guess if you wanted to break miniature painting down completely, that's actually what it is. But yeah, Maddox was sort of what I was thinking about, because Maddox was just a project where I got to try some different stuff and then explain the stuff, and that felt like I was achieving what I wanted to achieve out of Twitch, which was teaching stuff to help me expand my own understanding of said stuff. Whereas this one's felt a little bit more like I'm just painting like I would normally paint and not getting as much experience out of it. The base construction, you can cracking jokes there, mate. The base will not fit on my desk. I'm going to have to build the base somewhere else. Yeah, it's just an interesting sort of thought exercise for me, because I want to make sure that I'm making for an interesting stream, but at the same time, as I've often said, I'm doing this so I can get better, and I wonder how much of this contributed to that. It certainly did. Like, I don't want you to think it didn't, because it did, but it's time! Alright, well, I mean, it's going to be the project that takes up the next few months on stream, the Echoes of Camelot, so I don't think there'll be enough difference in each of the various elements that will have some fun. Very good, alright, we shall proceed with the original plan as intended. Alright, I'll zoom out for this. Yeah, there'll be plenty of different stuff on Camelot. Yeah, I got the crypt dudes, I've got the water dudes. Yeah, the whole premise of that's a good idea, actually. Of course, Phazoid, that would be awesome. That's a good idea, Topulus. Maybe try and make each scene use different techniques. Maybe I can do a scene without an airbrush. Hey, wrong way. I'm not doing that. No, I shan't be doing it without an airbrush. I will have a look at that in a sec, Phazoid. I'm just gonna knock this airbrush over real quick. Okay, Necromancer. Oh, it's all happening. Wow. I'm gonna be finished this today. That's fucking exciting. What diorama? So good. Alright, Phazoid, what do we got going on? Nice. Alright. Is it feedback time, or did you just want to share? Alright. Here we go. My first piece of feedback. Remember the rules of feedback. We go hard here. My first piece of feedback is your camera is a fucking potato. You need to sort that shit out. I haven't posted anything in 4 days, mate. Yeah. So, what you'll find when you have bad photography is it's not easy to provide really good feedback, because the camera will make the detail look worse than it is. It will add light where there isn't light, etc. So, like if you have a look at the cloak, for example, here you can see that bit of cloak that's in light looks pretty good, but the thing underneath, yeah, I will definitely acknowledge that I do say things look like dog shit when I think they look like dog shit. Indeed. Sword looks really cool. Like, I really like that sword. Really nice colours and technique. It looks quite cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be non-metallic metal or if it's just supposed to be a glowy. What's his sword again? It captures souls and shit, doesn't it? Abaddon was one of the first characters I bought when I started playing Games Workshop games back in the 90s. I had the original metal model that first came out. Yeah, the cloak looks nice too. I like the texturing you've got in the cloak, which is cool. Soul Eater, cool. What it looks like is you don't have enough contrast. It's hard to say for certain with the lighting as it is, but the cloak looks very one tone. Looks like it's all similar value. So you want to add some more depth of shadow, but I like the texturing. The fur there is not done correctly in terms of where the highlights should be placed. The red hair looks not too bad, but again the highlights are in the wrong place for hair. I've done quite a few videos on painting hair. Base is pretty cool. Looks like you've used some pigments there, which is neato. It's sort of, I don't know what the story is, if that's a space marine that was killed a while ago and he's stepping on it, which would make sense to have that much dust, but if it's one he's just killed, then that sort of doesn't make a lot of sense. But I like the black. Like, the black is reading pretty nicely as black, particularly in this shot. You can see the leg. It's a nice looking black, which is cool. It's often hard to get black looking right. So I'd like to see better photos, mate, because I think there's some pretty good stuff there, but photos are absolute horseshit. See where that overhanging ledge is? Right there. That's where this lady's going to be. Hello. Horseshit is an upgrade. It's not end upgrade. Sharkwell. You peanut. Oh, thanks, Valadin. I hope you win this model up in the corner, mate. That would be cool. My only hope is that Chum Dabs doesn't win it, actually. That's pretty much the only thing I'm hoping out of my life. Which one was yours, Wrong Way Go Back? I did say that about quite a lot of bases. Oh, awesome, Necromancer. That's great, mate. Here's the thing with feedback with Deno. A lot of people will not give you the unvarnished truth. They will give you a pat on the back and say how great you are because they don't want to tell you exactly how they feel. I will not do that because I don't care what you think about me. I will tell you exactly what I think. But I'll caveat that and say I do try to tailor my feedback to skill levels. So whilst I might go super hard on someone who is excellent, I will still go hard on someone who is not as excellent, but I may just focus on things that are a little bit more achievable for them. That's what I try to do. Leviathan Dread. Let me see if I can remember it. Actually, you know what I can do? I can go take photos. This might be fun, actually. Let's fucking see if I can do this. I'm just going to look up the all the photos we took. Anytime Miniumph. Yep. Anytime. Feedback time is whenever you want. I didn't see that trapped under plastic, dudes. Let's have a look. Wonder if this will work. Trying something here, friends. Oh, worked. These are all the entries from Crystal Dragon in 2020 where I was a judge and an organiser. So this is cool. I liked that. That was by a dude who in the previous year got nothing. And, oh, what were you, 2019? Oh fuck, that's a long time ago. He got a bronze. That's Colwell, the fuckhead. That was rubbish. Those were really good. That was one of my favourites. That was my favourite piece in the comp. That was good. Oh, Phoenix! G'day, mate. That was a cool concept, it didn't do well. Alright, let's see if we can find 2019 so we can have a look at yours. Hey Phoenix, you want to see my diorama, mate? How's your one model going? Oh, Topulus has waited for a perfect time for the raid. What What do you got for me, Topulus? What am I singing? Topulus has decided to make me sing a song. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance can make everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break. The voice of an angel, absolutely not. What am I singing, Gallo Fire? You're killing me. What am I singing, mate? I'm trying to do some serious stuff here, guys. We're painting a diorama that's going to be top shelf, and you guys are making me sing songs. G'day, mate. All right, let's see if we can find. Wrong Way Go Back's Leviathan. Colwell and I took all the photos for these. G'day, Joe Skynet. Yeah, Idina Menzel. Gallify, what am I singing, mate? You can't just drop a song there and be like, yes, I can sing a song. Hey, that guy I talked about, the Evocator, with the non-metallic metal, that's his stuff from last year, the 2019. Dog shit compared to the stuff he did. This is early Colwell. I didn't like that. Thought it was way too flat. Interesting to see how far he's progressed since this time. That was quite neat. G'day, Miss Jana. Cotton Eye Joe. Mate, we've done it like 8 million times. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've got that in my cabinet, that one. Oh, mate, if you're fucking killing me right now, if I've gone to this 2019 to find your picture and it's not in there, I'm gonna fucking have a go at you. Oh, this is Graham's stuff. Interesting. See a historical painter come down to Crystal Dragon. It was great. G'day, Miss Jana. I'm not seeing it. Oh, that was Kaha's stuff. She's a cool chick. Like her. Oh, this is Kara's work. I am doing gloriously well. Yeah, Crystal Dragon's probably the only really major painting comp in Australia that's similar to the European comps. We have a few smaller ones like Queensland Model Hobby Expo and the Melbourne Hobby Expo, and yeah, you missed the boat, mate. I was looking at 2020 and then you were like, no, it's not fucking 2020. Dickhead. Killing me. This is my least favourite model of all this stuff, of all this whole diorama. Yeah, if you go to the Crystal Dragon Facebook page, you can see the pictures that Colwell and I took of the competition. Was one of my things that I set out to do when I took over the comp, was to make sure that we got photos up of everyone's work, and I did it on the same weekend. Let's have a look. Oh, cool. Let's do feedback time on this awesome fairy. Great model, actually. Where'd you get that from? Oh yeah, it's a 3D print from your Frozen printer. Okay, your camera's not a potato, but your lighting's not great. Probably need more light when you're taking your photos. Alright, there's a few things, like I really like the hair. The hair's actually really neat, well done. Looks like hair. You don't see that as much as you should, so that's a good job. The eyes, so when I look at the face, the eyes look a little bit sloppy. So one of the things you need to get eyes looking right is you actually need a dark line around the outside of the eyeball to create a separation from the skin and the eye. That'll help the eyes stand out more, have more contrast, and they're not looking quite in the same direction. Tricky to do, I know, but when you don't get them right, you can tell. In terms of the skin tone, I like the skin tone, but there's a few, so you haven't got a consistent lighting on the skin tone. So the face has very sort of white colours, but then you have more yellowy tones in the shoulders, which doesn't look quite right. And the positioning of the lighting on each of those elements isn't consistent. So you look at the ears, if the light is coming from straight on the face, right, straight forwards, then you should have highlights on the ears that represent that same lighting, whereas you haven't. And then the same with that collarbone. Based on where the lighting on the face is, the collarbone should also be in light. So it's just one of those things that you have to constantly think about is where is the light source, and where does each of these elements need to be highlighted. I like the green, it's a really good colour, really neat colour there. And I think the green's done pretty well. The biggest weakness of the model when I look at it is the wings. They're just straight airbrushing and that's it. I think all you would need to do to make the wings look better is just add some little dots. Let me grab my fairy piece and I'll show you, which is, I'm not trying to steal your thunder, but it's just a really good way I can explain what I'm talking about. So the wings on her are literally exactly the same as yours, with airbrushed, nothing else. Like I used the airbrush to create those things and then lined it in. But because I put lots of little dots with different shapes in there, it doesn't look quite as airbrushy. So I think all you would have had to do there is just do some white dots and then airbrush your colours over the top, and it would create more interest, make it look less airbrushy. So but yeah, I think that's a pretty neat job, Necromancer. I think you're at a point now where you need to start pushing yourself, because there's enough good blends and shit in there that you could be really quite good. So if that's what you want. Super easy, mate. I'm all about them tricks. All about them tricks. I don't know, does anyone see anything on this that needs to be done? Of course, Phoenix. Post it in the chat, mate. Just remember, rules of feedback. You get fucked up. Hope you're cool with that. Thanks, Gillian Stark. But just remember, I'm probably not as good as you, so. Right. Let's have a go. Let's have a go at Phoenix. I can rip into him. All right, so let's get pretty technical here. The non-metallic metal is grey. It's not metal. It looks shit house. It's also not reflecting the red. That red is so vibrant and intense. The metal should be reflecting the red, particularly on the gas mask, where it's sitting right above it. So the light would absolutely be catching it. You haven't got any of that. I think I said this to you when you were painting, and I don't like the gas mask crystal thing. I think that looks not great. The texture on the leather's awesome, really fantastic, as is the texture on the armour. The distressed symbol on the chest is great. I don't sort of like the colour as much, because it kind of gets a little bit lost in the leather. They're both sort of similar, like palette colours, which, you know, maybe what you were going for, but they sort of blur in a bit together. I would have maybe liked to see slightly warmer tones in the leather, so that the armour was a bit cooler, or something like that. Maybe some yellowy tones in the leather. The face is good. The beard is good. There should be a highlight on the lip to make the lip look wet, like a white highlight, which I don't catch. I think the cast shadows looks really good. I don't like the reflective glass on the goggles. I think that could be better. Some glints or something, some lines through it, some reflections. All the texturing's beautiful, mate. Like I love the way you've done the texturing on the armour and the leathers and everything. That's really top class. And yeah, I think the main thing that jumps out for me is that the face is a really neat focal point, but you're almost caught by the red. Like the red almost catches you when you look at it, and you could have maybe toned the reddy orange just down a fraction, so the skin was maybe more intense. But overall, yeah, you're a dickhead, because there's no way I could do that. Yeah, see, this angle really highlights what I'm talking about with the red on the metal reflections. No red whatsoever, and there should be red everywhere. There you go. Please, original applesauce, post away, mate. The blades are quite different. One is green, glows green, and one is supposed to be like a pale blue. But I'm pretty happy with them as they are, mate. I don't think I'm going to change it too much. I might add a little bit more white to this one. Oh, thanks AC. Oh, Angelo O baby as well. It's Raid City up in here. What's going on? You've timed it well. We're about to finish off this diorama, so it should be exciting. G'day Rumble. Love it when you do Deno faces. It's my favourite thing. Oh, Sharkwild. Hi Sarah Beth. Thanks for making me sing a song. Hello Alan. Unfortunately, all new raiders, you're going to have to listen to me singing right now because one of my things is people can make me sing a song. So, Sharkwild's an idiot. Good for you, AC. That's awesome. We're doing a diorama of the Companions of the Hall, which I'll show off in a second because I think we're finished. Said diorama, very much so anyway. No, I don't know that. No, I don't even know that song. Hang on, do I know that song? This is what you can win if you're a subscriber, by the way. Painted this last week, 2 weeks ago. Hang on. I do know that song. G'day, Hedgehog. Nah. Can't remember it. So I get to pick a song. I'm not giving you a freebie. Here's the diorama, friends. I'll show that off. Oh, so this is what we're doing. It's pretty big. It doesn't fit on the screen, so. But yeah. So this little dude goes down here. G'day, Chili. How are you, mate? Alright, so I'm picking a song. I get to pick a song. What am I going to sing? Said you're a skater boy, said see you later boy, she wasn't good enough for her. Now he's a superstar, jamming on his guitar. Needed to come back down to earth. He was a boy, I was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? This has taken me a week and a half, Peckish Fox. So I'm gonna move the camera back a bit so we can get a better angle. Oh, hello. Because I think we should talk about the actual diorama as a whole. There's a few elements of it that are, let's put this guy in and see how he looks. So, there's a few things I like about, thank you, Miss Jonah, there's a few things I like about this composition, which I think is, maybe I'll just turn the lighting up a bit, there we go. So when you look at composition of large pieces like this, one thing that's really important is negative space. So this, it's all really important to create more interest in when you're looking at things. And I think you see a lot of other dioramas, g'day Macca, that maybe don't have enough negative space to really keep people visually interested. You know, you can have a flat wall behind things. You often see a lot of walls and stuff, and it's less visually appealing than having some gaps. There's also a pretty key flow in this piece, which is designed from this point. So the first model that I put on this base was this guy, and I put this thing here behind him, and then the next thing I did was I put this guy on, and that created this line, and so that was what made me put him on a lower section. So we've got this flowing line that goes all the way down, and there's you know, a lot of elements that continue that shape of line to try and keep that same flow of the model there. The actual shadows that I've done aren't great. You can see them here a little bit better. But it was a good experience for me to try and paint those shadows. I've never done it, and I think when you look at it on the main viewing angles, you know, it doesn't really detract from the piece, which is cool. But one of my issues with the piece as it stands, and I'm not going to change this, right? So this is just an observation for next time. There isn't one focal point. And again, with the other dioramas I've done, we'll bring up a couple of the other ones I've done. I tried to have a clearer focal point. Fuck me, I've done some dioramas. Crazy. So yeah, this one's the Wizard of Oz diorama I did. So this has got a clear focal point in this guy. Like when you Applesauce, did you post your model yet? Did I miss that? Because of all of the streams? I did I? Yeah, alright, I'll come back to that. I promise. Yeah, so this is a Wizard of Oz, right? Dorothy at the front, Tin Man, Scarecrow. He's got little bits of straw coming out of his head, and he's painted like the crow from the movie, and the Cowardly Lion. So it's a Wizard of Oz, right? But there's a focal point, which is the Scarecrow. He's central. He's got the highest value with his face being white, a lot of red. See you wrong way. Suck shit for not getting your model on stream. Night Phazoid. This one doesn't feel like it has that, and I wonder if that's something I could have considered more early on. But the trick is that all of the snow is very high value, which is making it making itself known. Well, the dwarf's he's got the most saturated colours. He's got the red and the orange, so that's the highest point of saturation on the piece. Most of the rest of the stuff is pretty desaturated, still warm, but that's quite punchy. Yeah, don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with the diorama. I think it's cool, and if you know the stories, you'll get into it because that's what because I love it, the stories. So, but yeah, overall, it probably sits third in terms of my favourite dioramas out of the 4 that I've done. Dioramas, of course, meaning more than 2 models, because I've done like shit tons of those. Plum, 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 plum. Plum, 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 plum. All right, let's go and have a look at Applesauce's bust, so we can give him some feedback. Turn this back on. Don't forget, win that model. All right, here we go. The original Applesauce. Nuncio Steel Punch. I'll show that in a second, AC, because sitting right here. A lot of cool stuff on this bust, mate. Really good job. The thing you called out is probably the shittest part about it, which is the gold on the gauntlet. It's not highlighted correctly. You've just painted some stuff because you didn't really know how metal reacts on that sort of surface, and that's the one thing that jumps out at me. Like the neck plate, the gold is bang on, really great. Macca, what am I singing? I agree with Forks there. The skin tone possibly may have needed more contrast. 5, 6, 7, 8. My boot scooting baby's driving me crazy. My obsession from the western. My dance floor date. My rodeo Romeo. A cowboy guy from head to toe. Gonna make your mind but get in line. 5, 6, 7, 8. Because the steel's done really well too, mate. Like the steel's done really quite correctly in most cases. But I don't think you've got enough contrast in the steel. I don't think you've reflected enough colour. I can see you've definitely reflected colour in the steel, which is great. I feel like that's the next elevation, which is awesome in painting. But yeah, the the skin tone is a little bit too flat. You need a little bit more contrast. The gold needs work. The blue is well done, but I think you could have added some texture or some patterning into that. Really like the hair, actually. I think, again, the hair is probably a little bit too thin lined too quickly, and I reckon you could have gone a little bit more clumpy. But yeah, that's really cool, mate. I want to have a look at your other stuff now. Bit of Kingdom Death, is it? Nice. Oh yeah. I don't give a shit about Space Marines. Fucking Space Marines. Alright, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Good job. This is the next piece we're doing. This is Sheepy from Spira Mirabilis. It's actually it's called Angry Bird and His Henchman. Because of this little guy, he's in charge. He's the dude in charge. This dude's just his henchman. So that's what everyone voted on that. I did a vote and everyone voted on that. So that's next on stream. Unless I decide I'm going to paint these guys. These super cool dudes. I might just knock these over. So my next stream's tomorrow night, So I may do these guys. Yeah, the sheepy man won the vote. We had a vote, and the sheepy man won comfortably. So, well, it wasn't comfortably in the end, but he was pretty good. Yeah, I might paint the little dudes actually. It's pretty good. Yeah, good idea. Thanks, War Masters Forge. One of my many skills, mate. Mate, just go trawling around Putty and Paint and see if you can find some models that have similar like gauntlets and surfaces, and look at how they've done it. Because you got it right on the steel mostly, and then the gold you're just like herp a derp. So. Very good. All right. So this is fuck it. I think we're done. I think we're done. I don't know if I can put any more effort into that. Drizzt looks good from that angle. Oh, we played last night, right? Fucking hell, we played it last night, Kaki. It was good. And we were giving him shit about the 40k again. And then he was talking about... He had a month off, right? He had a month off work. And he didn't get that retaining wall looked at. And Freezy and I were just fucking laughing about it because he's like, I was super busy. He's like, fuck, you were not. And then I said, it's just like playing 40k, mate, doing retaining walls. I don't know why you didn't get it. Forksart, are you referring to these people? As in, do these have names? Or are you referring to the little dudes from Shadespire, or whatever it's called? Yeah, this is based on a book series by a author called R.A. Salvatore. I read it when I was a little tacker, and the first ones came out like late 80s, early 90s, I think. And it's set in the D&D universe, Forgotten Realms. And this is the hero of the story. His name's Drizzt Do'Urden, depending on how you pronounce it. He's a dark elf, and dark elves are bad guys, but he decides he's a good guy. See ya, Alan. Thanks for joining, mate. And he has this magical panther cat friend who joins him. She's actually a figurine of wondrous power, and he can summon her to join in fights, which is cool. And he ends up befriending this dwarf. The dwarves and dark elves hate each other very much, but he manages to win over the dwarves' trust, and they become besties. And then this little halfling hangs around with him as well. He's a pretty shit character. This is an unadopted daughter. His name's Regis. This is the adopted daughter of this guy. She's a human. Her name's Caddy Bree. And this is a dude from a barbarian tribe. His name's Wolfgar, son of Bjorngar. And this hammer that he's wielding is forged by this guy. He forges the hammer. It's a magical hammer. It's great. And later on in the book series, this chick gets a magical bow called Tolmaril the Heartseeker, and she becomes fucking one of the best characters. This guy's got a magical ruby gem that he can use to make people do stuff. And this guy's got 2 magical scimitars. Overall, the book series starts off very like you're reading a D&D book, the first series. But the more you get on in the series, they actually become legitimately good. And yeah, he's a bit of a naff character. I never really liked him as a character, Regis. He just doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. Halflings, mate. Ask Koki how I feel about fucking gnomes. I tell you what, I fucking hate gnomes. Worst character class in D&D. Absolute fucking disaster. Yeah, so just look up R.A. Salvatore. I can't remember the name of the first book series, but yeah, it's R.A. Salvatore is his name. fuck. If anyone was ever like, I'm going to play a gnome monk in my game of D&D, I'd be like, I scoop. I'm out of this game. I shan't be playing with you, any of you ever again. You're all dickheads. Oh, they're just a shit class, mate. They're just fucking shit. Bards I can cop, right? Bards make sense. They're annoying to play with. One of my fucking mates, Simon, it was pretty funny actually. We started playing D&D last year on Roll20 because it's pretty good. And Traders of Cobberland, mate, all them. I got stickers on all my lights. Yeah, so we're playing this game of D&D, right? And I've got this friend who people who are fans of the Oz Machine show would remember. His name's Simon Hall. He's an absolute twat. We love him to death, but he's an idiot. And he was like, Koki's a DM. He sent him a message. He goes, "Hey man, I'm thinking about playing some D&D. Do you want to join?" And Simon was like, "No, I'm not interested in joining." And then on Twitter, like a month after we started playing, he's like, "Oh, where's my invite to the fucking D&D? Sure wish I could play with my friends." So Koki screenshotted him the actual invite and sent it to everyone on Twitter. It was classic. Anyway, so he decided to join right after we'd been playing for a month or something, and he's got on, and his character was a way shittier level than us. We were like level 3 or something, and he came into level 1, and we'd been sent down to the docks to find this dude, and he was a ruffian. He was a bandit captain. We'd been sent to just find him. We weren't supposed to do anything about it, right? So we've all decided to stake out the docks. So I'm a elven cleric, and I'm G'day Match Fixer, and I'm standing there at the docks preaching to everyone about Saloon and her grace and all this wonderful stuff. And our fighter/rogue was sitting inside the bar just watching everyone, and sorry, he's a dwarf ranger. He was just sort of scoping around. Anyway, we see this guy that we've fucking got, and Simon, who had joined the team that night, he's like just hanging around. Was he playing music? I can't remember, Koki. He was playing music. He's like fucking strumming his lute or whatever, like an idiot. Anyway, I rolled natural 20s like it was going out of fashion in this night and in general. So Koki didn't want us to find the guy, right? But I legitimately rolled a natural 20 and was like, "I'll see him over there." Koki's like, "Fuck." So anyway, Simon decides to go over and he's like, "You there," whatever his name was, "would you like to stop and listen to a song?" And the bandit captain's like, "No mate, see you later." And then Simon's like, "No, you really want to listen to a song?" Simon's level 1, right? And we're all level 3, and this guy's he's a challenge rating 3 or 4 bandit captain. And Simon's like, "You're going to stay for a song." And the dude's like fuck I am, pulls out a sword and a dagger, and he starts advancing on Simon. And our whole point was just to find the guy. We didn't have to do anything other than find the guy. And so then Simon goes, alright, and he starts looking through his spells, and he goes, "I cast Thunderclap." And so he fucking cast Thunderclap at this guy, knocked him over, and the dude stood up and was about to go ballistic on him, but he blew up some gunpowder at the thing. All of a sudden the city guard were on their way down, and this bandit captain took one swing at him and knocked him out unconscious. So then the big Alandir, the elven cleric, had to run in and save the day, which I did. I was glorious in that D&D campaign. I took a feat at level 4, which is called Shield Master, or whatever level you get feats at. Shield Master, which is just the worst feat, but I was using it to like dive through windows, shield first. It was the fucking best. Fucking Simon. Flick, what's going on, mate? How are you, buddy? I saw you arrive. Yeah, fuck, I think we're done. I don't think we're going to do any more. Maybe just a few little tweaks. Crypt Shadow, there are quite a few little models on this. This particular guy is from JP Studio, which is a private sculpting company. Does his own sculpts. The rest of them are from Black Sun, Nocturna, and Scale 75, the manufacturers. Yeah, it's been a good weekend, Flickster. Good weekend. Played some Shadespire last night. Underworlds. Bit of fun. The NRL, the sport that I follow, rugby league, started back up this weekend, so it's been a good weekend. Oh, thanks, Match Fixer. Month 2, mate. How exciting. How exciting indeed. Necromancer, my top 5 are sitting right here, actually. Number 1, Snakebite Leather. Number 2, Volupus Pink. Number 3, Achillean Green. Number 4, Nazdreg Yellow. And then the next, the fifth one would be any of probably about 4 or 5. But Gorgrunter Fur's a nice red brown. Cygor Browns are really dark, purpley brown. Sea of Sharkwold, Griff Charger Grey is quite a nice colour, although it's a bit thin, doesn't have as much punch as some of the other ones. This Warp Lightning is really great. Probably Warp Lightning is actually the one I use the most. Other than that, I really like Flesh Tearers Red. Yeah, but these 4 are easily my top 4. Use them on just about every piece that I paint. Beautiful. I have people that do that for me, actually. Wash my truck. It's great. Like being the boss. G'day, Rowie. What's happening, mate? See you, Rumble. Big Demo Vision. Thanks, mate. Well, next time we'll have a finished diorama to show off. All glued together. We'll be starting something new. It's always exciting. G'day, Cujo. I'm 6'7", Forksart, so yes, I am tall. I am indeed tall. Here you go, Cooge. Little one for you. What? Yeah, Drizzt. Yeah, I don't know. Something about him doesn't feel nice. Doesn't feel right. So I'm just trying to work through that. But I don't know what it is. I can't really put a finger on it. Ah, you finished Legend already, did you? Yeah, that's I can't put Gemmel down, man. Like when I start one, I blast through it in like 4 or 5 hours. I just can't stop reading it. It keeps getting better and better, by the way. Like, in terms of his writing, like Legend and King Beyond the Gate are both awesome, but particularly King Beyond the Gate, I love it. But as he gets on, the later books, man, he's unreal. When you get into the Regente, the Troy series, he did this series about the fall of Troy, which is great. Really, really good. That's this last series he wrote, actually. Some of his later books set in the Draenei universe with Drizzt are really fantastic. The third Waylander book is awesome. So, yeah. Enjoy, mate. Alright, I'm calling. It's done. We're done. I've not read that Forks Art. Oh. Thanks, Fergie. 1882. You're pretty old if you're born in 1882. Very old. Yeah, the Troy series is great. Mate, just get them all. There isn't a single one of his books that I don't read once every couple of years. I love them all. He's my favourite author. He's a fucking national treasure in the UK. Like, I don't know, I can't understand how you haven't read him or heard about him. It blows my mind. Oh shit, I forgot something. Rek's awesome. He does a few like Rek-like characters. So one of the really cool things about the Draenei series, right, which is there's about 20 books set in that universe. He calls back to Legend just about every book. Like that first book that he wrote shaped every other Draenei book that came after it, basically, which is really cool. Yeah, it was finished by Stella, second wife. Because yeah, he died about, I think it was about 3/4 of the way through. Grotesque rat skin colour recommendations. Mate, just use normal colours and then just splodge some gross shit over them. Alright, putting you away, Drizzt, so I can glue you onto this bad boy. It's the final countdown. Oh yeah, Malaz's Book of the Fallen. Yeah, one of my mates recommended that to me a few years ago. I bought them. I haven't actually got around to reading them yet. 10 books. apparently it just starts really, like, just dives straight into a really weird, like, story, and you have to, like, just find your feet as the story goes. Yeah, it's supposed to be good. Hammer sandwich. I don't think I've ever played in a D&D campaign that I was like, wow, this would make a good book. Most of the time we just fuck around and like do dumb shit. I guess if the book was like Terry Pratchett style, maybe. I really don't follow Games Workshop stuff enough to know all of the latest releases. Back in the day, I used to be all over them. But yeah, these days I don't really follow them enough to know. Are these guys Lumineth, actually? Is that what these dudes are? Yeah, it is a weird aesthetic. Yeah, I like it though. I like they're doing something different. That one's mad. It's like Japanese samurai fused with elven stuff. Yeah. These models, right? So my mate, are you talking shit, Toppers? Do they legitimately have kangaroo mounts? G'day, Gut and Krull Gold. Oh my god. I need to go fucking see this right now. Lumineth kangaroos. I gotta show you this picture. This is unrelated, but you'll crack up when you see this. Well, I crack up when I see this. I don't know if you guys do. But this is my idiot dog asleep in his grass that he uses to wee. It's this little grass area that he's supposed to wee in the apartment, And instead of using it for its intended purpose, he's like, I'm going to have a lie down on that. That's the ticket for me. That's the spot for me. What an idiot. So funny. We had some pretty funny photos of him the last couple of days. Here's him as a little baby. Little baby boy. Oh. Alright, let me see these fucking Roo Riders. Oh my god. That is just... like, what is that? Fuck. G'day Muri. That's fucking crazy. That is just... that is wild, eh? How good's that? Oh, but that one here. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the aesthetic of their fucking thing, but that is crazy. Alright. Alrighty. So, what's the time? Oh yeah, 11 o'clock. Wow, we fucking blitzed through Drizzt today, didn't we? I might go and spray varnish him, seal him up, and then glue him down, and then we'll do a few final tweaks to the base, and then we'll call it a day. You can admire this chick. She's just going to sit here, like this. Be like, hello friends, whilst I'm doing this. Stand by. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. How good would that be if they did start talking with Aussie accents, eh? So you might be wondering, why the fuck am I using a spray varnish given that I've got an airbrush? And let me answer that for you. I just really like the finish that this particular spray lacquer aerosol adds to a model. It gives a very, very satin but also matte sheen, and it also adds a very much more solid protective layer to the model. So generally, even on my display stuff, I will use that spray to seal it so that it's less likely to get damaged and chips during shipping, homogenize it so that we get a much more homogenized final look. But yeah, I really like the finish. So, it's for sale. Most of the stuff I paint, I sell, and when I say most, it's either sell or I give it away. I haven't got any of my own models sitting in my cabinet right now, except for my Kingdom Death stuff. I'll probably sell that at some point when I've finished playing the game. But yeah, it's one of those ones where it's a pretty big piece, so the market for people that are willing to pay what I price it at is probably small. So it may end up staying with me for a while, or yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens. There's a competition in Brisbane called the Queensland Model Hobby Expo, which I'm going to be entering. All the stuff I've got. I've sold a few bits and pieces in the last month or two that I've spoken to the purchasers and asked them if I can keep the model until after Queensland Model Hobby Expo, and I'll send them off then. And they've all said yes. so I'll send them a freebie or something when I send them off. But Cujo, are you asking the right question there, mate? Are you asking the right guy the right question? Topulus was fucking in the Kingdom Death Discord, and they all had a collective fucking heart attack. Most of them have been painting their collections for like 2 years and haven't finished the core box. Big Deno rocks up. G'day guys, just decided I want to paint my Kingdom Death collection. Fucking 2 weeks later, everything was done. Jokers. If you're talking about the actual game, yeah, you can't really finish it. I mean, I've played 4 campaigns, 5 campaigns, and there's a lot of different campaigns and stuff, but it's sort of reached a point for me where the game is okay, and what I really love is the models and the aesthetic and the story. But if I want to play a game, I'm sort of more towards one of the other games that I've got in my thing, like Maracaibo. Fuck up, mate. I'm allowed to talk about how good I am at painting. You can suck my dick. I'm just kidding, Cujo. I love you, mate. Oh, look at his face. Look how intense he is. I'm gonna fuck you up. Give me them ox. Fuck them up. Yeah, I got Gambler's Chest coming. So I actually bought into Kingdom Death like October last year. I bought it all. I've just paid an aftermarket. I was like, I'd like to buy that. So I bought all of it, and then Black Friday was scheduled to come around, and I sort of played. I was right in the middle of it, and I was like, I want to buy everything. I want to buy all the expansions of Death Season 2. But given how far off they are, I decided that rather than investing 2,000 Australian dollars into something right now, I'll just invest 2,000 Australian dollars into it after they get released, and that way I get my actual product, because mate, there'll be that many people selling them after that. It's great. Yeah, the Gambler's Chest I'm going to knock out in a few days. I don't know how many models are actually in it. Actually, there's a few, I think, but there's Epic Butcher and some other ones. I like all the narrative sculpts much more. It is indeed, Cujo. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll probably paint them. I like the narrative sculpts. Alright, it's time! See how bad my shadows look? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like the Crimson Croc. I like the Smoke Singers, I like the Bone Eaters. What I've seen of them anyway. The King model, has he shown the new model, or is it just a rehash of this old one? That's where there is no place to run. You leave in town. See this little gap between his foot here? Look at that. Fuck you, foot gap. I'm gonna fix you. Sock shit, foot gap. G'day, chum dabs. Yeah, all of the Wave 2 expansions look so cool, and I'd like to buy them all and paint them all, because painting the monsters was the most fun I had. But I just, spending $2,000 on something that, let's be real, is probably still another 2 to 3 years away. I'm just not down for that. I'll show the product in a second, mate. It's really cool, actually. It's a new product I've tried just for this diorama. And yeah, I like it a lot. It's the Vallejo, sorry, not Vallejo, AK Interactive Snow. This... It's good, really good stuff. Looks like this. Pasty goodness. I see you, Miss Jana. Thanks for coming on the stream. You're my hero. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause Miss Jana's the wind beneath my wings. Not really. But thanks. I look forward to it, chum dabs. I look forward to seeing what things you concoct for me. The second thing I do with my snow is I use this micro balloon stuff, and then I just get a little smidge of this, and then I just tap that bad boy on here. Apparently my fans blowing my micro balloons away. What are you talking about, Cujo? What happened to the back of the panther? Everything's in shadow, mate. See that? Shadow. It's in darkness. What's CRJ? See, I've got drop shot. Oh, yeah. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. Here's my number, so call me maybe. Alright. And all the other boys that try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Oh, you came into my life, I missed you so bad, missed you so bad. We shall start these guys tomorrow night. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about Sheepy Boy? This will be fun. I'm gonna enjoy this guy, I think. So I'll do these little dudes first, crank them out, then we'll knock this guy over, and then we will be in a position to start talking about, g'day Draxy, start talking about the Camelot diorama. I bought in. I've got the big orc dude for my next big diorama after my next one. I'm going to do an orc tribe. I'll paint a whole orc tribe. I've got like 7 or 8 models. G'day, Dirty Miniatures. Alright, I'm gonna set the camera back up so you can all have a look at the final. Oh, there's an Aeon Trespass Oddity update. Chumdab's very close to getting banned, but he just keeps surviving by the skin of his teeth. Okay. Bringing this light down as well. Alright, so we've got a few little bits and pieces to do to finish this off. There we go, let's get that out of the way. So the first is we need to add some more gloss effects to the snow. So I use the AK this stuff, still water. So I'm gonna add some of that, because here's a thing that I'm not really familiar with, but apparently snow's wet, right? And apparently it melts and leaves water effects. So I've tried to replicate that on the base. We don't have snow in Australia that much, so yeah. And so I need to just do some snow, but we're going to do one other thing right now, which is important. Here's a great angle from the back. You can see some great sculpting on Wolfgar up here. Good work, Dano. Always a cool moment when you do that, friends. Always a cool moment when you get to sign your name to a piece of artwork that you have created, even if it is not really one you've created. You've just painted the models. It's just colouring in, mate. It's just, that's all it is. It's just colouring in. You know it. I know it. Grand She knows it. It's all good. Smoke Wow, you should definitely go back and watch all my videos, because I show you how to start it. And my answer is just get fucking stuck in, mate. Just have a go. Dirty miniatures. He-Man would never freeze. Look at the size of him. Look at the biceps on the man. He's fine. Mind you, if I had a rig like that, I'd be getting it out every day as well, mate. Getting it out in the snow. Just whenever. Just fucking pick some of these ones. Ooh. Bit of a stretch. Alright. Let's do some water effects, and then we'll just do one final pass and see if there's anything else we need to do. So I actually don't know if this is a water-based stuff, but I don't use a thingy brush. I use a synthetic brush just in case it's not. So Smoke Wow, I've done this in not a lot of time. I started it exactly 2 weeks ago, but I haven't painted for the last 4 days actually, so I would say somewhere in the vicinity of about 20 hours would be my guess, how much time I've devoted to this. I did, mate, yes, I did indeed. Order some samurais. Yeah, Lucas is a master of creating interesting stuff. That's also quite simple. Oh, you won't see it till probably June. And that's if you're one of the early ones who ordered too. It usually breaks it down into 2 waves, depending upon the number he sells. All right. Oh, it's awesome. Like the guy used to do things in a different way. He used to basically say, "I'm going to make 150 copies, and see who'll buy them." He's just been, which artificially limited his sales, which helped, increase the perceived value of his product, of his works. CAC, thanks, mate. But yeah, these days he's just going, cool, I'm going to keep it open for XYZ time. Anyone who wants to buy one can. He's doing like 500-600 copies of stuff, which is awesome. That's it. It's done. Oh. Put it up here in the photo taking booth. And we call it a day, friends. Alright, so tomorrow night we are going to get cracking on these little LV dudes. Paint some LV dudes for Shadespire Underworlds. And then after that we'll paint this dwarf. And hopefully by the end of that we will be able to commence work on our glorious diorama for the Echoes of Camelot. Did some sandpapering. So you can see these layer lines here. Really fascinatingly, these layer lines aren't apparent on rounded surfaces, but they are apparent on flat surfaces. I would have thought it was the other way around, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Duzzer, I'm not going to spill any beer on it, mate. That's not my printer, mate. There's a dude who I know lives in Brisbane. His name's Mark Rhodes. Really nice dude. I did a little painting session with him a couple of months ago, and yeah, he's mad keen on the 3D printers. So this is a My Piapoli something. This is the name of his printer. I'm plugging it on my Twitters at the moment because the dude's doing me all of these prints. So yeah, I don't know, but it's got a 4K screen and it's a massive printer, like really big. So you can do heaps of stuff on it. Like he printed this and this and this and another bust, really big bust, all on the one print. So it's a huge screen. Yeah. So this is the fucking first thing I've got for my Echoes of Camelot diorama. I'm excited. But tomorrow, let's paint these little dickheads. Alright. Let's get all this shit out of the way. Let's go find some motherfucker to raid, shall we, friends? Yeah, Cujo, mate. I was talking to him about it. I was just like, this is the best fucking thing. So that little 3D sculpt is for 28mm scale, right? And I said, I want to scale it up for my 75mm diorama. And he's like, okay, what size? I said, I don't really know. Can we scale it up a couple of different sizes and try it out? And he's like, yup. I said, fuck, this is the best. So yeah, that's 233% scaled up and 180% scaled up, those two bigger ones. So, and I've got a whole pile. I sent him about 12 things he's going to print for me for my diorama, and all of them are going to be scaled up and printed out, and it's going to be fucking so good. Alright, yeah, let's find some motherfucker to raid, friends, because I'm hungry. Gonna go get myself some food. It's going to be glorious. Who can we raid? Let's find out. Browse. You guys are all awesome. I thank you once again for joining me on stream. Wapelius is painting a giant. That looks pretty mad, actually. Just going to go have a look at that. But we'll see what else we got. We've got some Vancouver Vampire the Masquerades. Push to affiliate Fire Giant. Here we go. Rubik's Cube. The dude wants to become an affiliate. My guy. If you want to become an affiliate, you've got to have a better than fucking... Oh, this is an awful stream, son. Oh dear. Rubik's Cube 75. He's doing his best, but I can't see anything in that. Sorry, mate. I can't bring my stream over to you when your camera quality is that bad. I'd like to, but I can't. Alright, I think Unexpected looks like a good choice. Yeah, he's painting a King of Death. Let's go Unexpected, friends. Wapple's looking great, but yeah, he's got 1 million people watching. I'm I'm gonna have Oportos today, mate. Love Oporto. Mate, that camera was fucking awful, I'll tell you right now. Alright, friends, it's time for a raid! Raid! Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow night if you come on. If you don't, see ya. Thanks for watching.
I'm doing pretty good, you know. Dinner to do. So I'm currently painting up this sexy gentleman. Kind of loosely basing off the picture. Been working on that. I finished not too long ago.